Obviously a major malfunction. I tried to flush out the excess salt, and I think the popcorn's just shrinking down basically. So I'm just going to leave it for the rain to, every couple of days it will get rained on, and we'll see what happens and go from there sort of thing. Anyway, I've just sort of topped this sort of thing. You can see it's dripping all right. And we go to spot colour now. What I'm going to do now is get this sort of bag sort of thing, and we're just going to get some of these bits of charcoal here and basically just tread on them and just put some of these fine bits on there. We don't want powder, because powder, really powdery stuff, and because that will knit together, and we don't want that sort of thing. So we'll just sort of keep doing this sort of thing. And you just put some of the larger bits to one side sort of thing, for later. You can just keep putting them back in there actually if you want, and we just want the finer chunks, but we don't want the powder. So don't go too mad on this sort of stuff. Things like this sort of size are all right sort of thing, And then you just bring it over here to your bucket of newspaper cellulose. That was just an experiment, fellas. I'm following through, being for completeness sort of thing. We've learned something. So it probably popcorn shrinks down to about half its size, and just go over the top here like this, I think, and go on like that until you cover the whole of the pot. So we'll just do this again, and then you just dig down in between there and plant your plants in it sort of thing. And over time we'll see if we get a response sort of thing. So nothing too crazy. I reckon 3 of these and you'll be able to cover the pots. I think untorn, too hard sort of thing. And just get rid of some of the larger pieces, as I said, and go on like that sort of thing. And we'll give that a go as well, and we just keep doing that sort of thing. And keep doing it sort of thing, and then just let it get rained upon and develop as it's going to, sort of thing. Yeah, so that's better. You want something like that, just smashes up really well like that, and get rid of some of the chunky bits, as you do. And that should be not too bad. So get rid of the really big ones, and hopefully this might be enough. I don't know. One more go after this, and it might be enough actually. And just sort of. And over as it gets rained upon, you can always take out the larger chunky bits sort of thing, and that should be enough to see. You see, normally if this was on a pot of sand like we did before, it took 4 to 6 months to get going, but when it did get going, it was better than peat, and the colours on the plants were absolutely spectacular on the Umluftiana sort of thing. Look up the go from the no pressure videos, just put in no pressure sort of thing, like when I came back from WA, and in my parents' backyard sort of thing. They took I just dumped my plants over there for about 6 weeks. They were coming out of dormancy sort of thing, and the plants that came out of dormancy, in the one that with just charcoal on the top of a bucket of sand, basically. Yeah, absolutely fantastic coloration and robustness and things like that. So you might want to look into that sort of thing and now we're trying to extend it. So do you class this charcoal as an organic medium or an inorganic medium, or can you class it as being both inorganic and organic at the same time, basically, but for different reasons, sort of thing? So we've actually got a mineral soil, the charcoal, over organic newspaper cellulose. Anyway, since I'm on spot colouring, yeah, it's really coming on now. And this one over here is starting to take off now that it's got its root back basically through the mineral surface layer, which sets up the micro environment in the organic layer underneath the newspaper cellulose. That's got coir in it. Same formula basically, but with coir newspaper cellulose. And it looks like newspaper cellulose is better than coir. Well, we would probably assume that. As I said, newspaper cellulose, when we did the double flush, where we used to put a thin layer on the top of a bucket with just acid wash sand underneath, used to be almost as good as peat. But as I said, we found with charcoal, it took a long time to get going. When it did, it was slightly better than peat. So you might want to look up the videos, no pressure sort of thing, with my Umruftianas from 2018 sort of thing, coming back from WA sort of thing. Okay, I think this is about it. Over and out, the rain's coming in, yeah, the dinklage. And we'll see how that goes. That'll get wettened up from the rain, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll put some plants in and see what happens. Yeah, okay. And we'll keep an eye on this. As I say, with the space shuttle, obviously a major malfunction, but yeah, it might start working just like this. Okay, it might green up in a few days. You never know. Once the rain has flushed through the excess salt sort of thing. Okay, over and out. See ya.